Yo guys, my name is Kees and this is Beyond Yourself. Today I want to talk about this distraction. A thing I struggle with like every day. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna try to explain something about it and how I feel about it, but really I'm not a good example for this one, because I'm searching for distraction like so quick and like so easily when things get a bit hard, because this is often the case with distraction. When you have to deal with hard thoughts or like hard emotions or like hard situations, you're gonna try to look for distraction instead of facing a hard situation. And yeah, I'm really sensitive for distraction, and yeah, but I think like a lot of people are that, and I really respect people who can deal with this and just immediately go straight to the point, but I'm not like this. So if there are people watching who can maybe help people who are like really quickly distracted, please let them know in the comments. Okay, but I start with like first distraction of this age, because that's the thing I want to say. This age we are living in right now is like, man, it's just like distraction thrown at you the whole day, like, and people don't even know like what they want with their lives, because they're just constantly distracted and constantly they're busy with like things which are not important to them at all, but they're just getting distracted. And I feel like if you neglect the distractions, you will get like a brighter vision of what you want to do in your life. And so I think everyone needs a period of like, when you say like, no phone, just gonna be by myself, lonely, and I'll just sit by myself and feel like, and think like where I want to go in life. But that's actually already like the ending of the video, so I spoiled it. Okay, but first we're gonna start with like the phone. We all got a phone, and this thing is like full of distraction, but also like full with possibilities. So it's like a trade, and most of us, we're like making this trade wrong. We're like fully under consumption and like zero actually production on the phone. So we're just like consuming, distracting, swiping, like forming opinions, this and this and that. And it's all like a waste of time. Like really, if you can get like if you've experienced like a connection through your mobile phone with someone by having a call, or like you're sending voice memos, I feel like you're getting like a certain kind of connection with the other person. But if you're just like consuming, like for example on TikTok or Instagram, it's like distraction. And for me, I start doing this when I feel shitty about something, or I feel like there's something in me which is like which I haven't given like the space for, if that makes sense. For example, if I'm feeling shit, I'm starting to go on my phone and scroll, because then I don't feel it anymore. I put my phone away and I start doing something else. Later it will always come back. So you're distracted and eventually it will come back to you. Okay, so the phone. Distraction can also be like social. So socially. So you have certain friends where you're gonna hang out, you're gonna drink, you're gonna have fun, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but if this happens like 3 nights a week and you're just sitting there and doing nothing with your life and just I think most people, they feel like they want to do like more with their lives. So yeah, this can really also be like a big one. And it can also be like shopping. I caught myself on this one as well. If I feel, sometimes I just start buying things to feel good, and it's working like for 5 minutes, and then after this 5 minutes I have this thing, I'm like, oh, I'm already like, I'm not feeling anything by it anymore. So these are just three examples. And as I already told, like the main message from the video is like you distract to hide something, you don't want to face. And if it's not for that, then you're not distracting, then you're just enjoying what you do. But for myself, I can say I feel it immediately when it's distraction, or when I'm just scrolling and just after maybe a long day of work and I worked out that day, I just did all the things I want to do. I worked on things that are important to me. Then I don't mind if I'm like 15 minutes on my phone. But if sometimes you just wake up in the morning and you already feel a bit like shitty. If you start scrolling then it's just numbing your feeling and like, seeking distraction because you don't actually want to feel certain things. And this is the most important thing, because I feel like a lot of people, they are just distracting themselves, numbing feelings, and they're just building like a wall, and the water behind this wall is like rising, and this is like their emotional depth, I call this. And you're just numbing, this rising, and you can keep on building really long with like building a wall, but eventually you cannot hold it anymore, and then all those emotions you put away, or those thoughts you put away, or those situations you neglected, they're all gonna come to you, and then it's like even harder. So if you're watching this video and you feel like maybe I feel a bit like this, then to let it be a sign and just be like, you don't have to break down that wall immediately and like feel like every emotion you had in your life, but you can like start to allowing yourself and making moments to just be more present and try to feel what you like actually feel and not running away from it. So this video was about distraction, and it's hard. I will say, like, I'm struggling with this still every day. I made a few rules for myself, for example, no phone in my bedroom. And when I start doing work, I really say like 1 hour of work. And if it's something I find really boring, I sometimes only say like 30 minutes, because for example, if I'm doing something which I'm really interested in, I can do it for like 4 hours, no problem. But if it's something boring to me, I know I can only last like for 30 minutes, and then then I will be done. My mind is like fried. So don't be too hard on yourself, and try to eliminate distractions bit by bit. And this is the fact that you're like seeking this distraction also tells you a lot about what you're avoiding. So don't see it only as a negative thing, just also see it as like a sign where you should go, because just be aware of it. That's I think also the most important thing. Thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next video. Ciao!